I went to my right because when I move, I'm going to go to my right first. So you're using your hand movements to again show your audience where you're going to be and really hammer home. Like it's part of your previous student. This is for what it is. So when I'm going to talk about what it is, I'm going to stand over here because I previewed that that's where my hand movement, like I showed in my hand movement, that's where it was going to be. So that's where I'm going to stand. It's another way of just really reinstating. This is the way my speech is going to go, and this is how you can listen to it and how you can really just understand it. So now that we understand what exactly these nanobots are, we can learn how they work. And remember when I did my previous statement, my hands were in the middle, so I'm going to come back to my middle. Now this, I mean, if you're left-handed and you start left and you want to walk left first, that's fine. Just do your previous statement that way. But just use those hand movements to really show. And the only walking you really do in informative speaking is going to be while you're doing your major transitions. If you want to do a little bit of like a one-step during your minor transitions, that's cool. Like, so in understanding how it works, we are going to learn the different colors that they turn and the technological blah 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 blah. So then I'm going to talk about the little colors, and I'll talk about if you want to. That is completely up to you. You can take, but within your contentions, you should stay pretty much set in your one place. Movement should only be the movement. I mean, the best reason to use the movement is to show that your audience you're transitioning, and it just helps to relay the message a little bit more and keep them a little interesting. Also, the movement is nice because if you're nervous, that movement is a great way to get rid of some of that nervous energy. And it's a natural pause in the speech where you can recollect, walk to your position, and start anew if that's what you need to do. Like don't start the speech over. But you know what I mean? Like start from this point where, look, I'm standing in a new place and I'm comfortable and I'm calm and I'm just speaking. Does anybody have any questions? None at all. I was that thorough that you guys are just awesome that you just got it all. Alrighty. I think then I did see my first session had 25 people in it and I ended late because they had a lot more questions than you guys. But I also, all the questions they had I wrote down and I talked about them within the lecture, so that also helps.
Could you maybe show what areas you direct your transitions? There's a specific way you're supposed to walk?
Well, okay. So say my speech is about, let's do the universal blood one that I talked about. That was in finals. So I'm doing my previous statement, I'm going to do my previous statement. So in order to really understand how this universal blood helps us save lives, we're first going to look at what exactly the process is. We're then going to look at how it works before finally turning to some implications. So in learning what the process is, we really have to understand two different areas, or three different areas, or whatever your minor contentions are, and they are A, B, and C. And in A, blah, 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 blah. In B, blah, 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 and in C. And now that we understand what exactly this universal blood is, we're going to come back to the center. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And then, now that we understand what this universal blood stuff is and how it works, let's look at some implications it has. Because I pointed to this area and then you go over. And then for the center, and then you should come back to the center to end your speech. So when you're transitioning, like when you're saying your review statement, so today, in learning about universal blood, we learned what it is, how it works, and some implications it has on our current society. So there's your review statement. So you're going to walk again during your review statement. Okay. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I just wanted to know which direction to do first.
Well, I went that way because I'm right-handed.
Right.
Like a lot of left-handed people will go left first, and then to the center, and then to the right. Or if you're just more comfortable walking to the left, like it really doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No, but it's usually like we call it the speaker's triangle, is the unwritten rule. So it's like the center, and it's not really a triangle either. It's more of a line, plane in existence. What would they be in topological terms?
Depends which topology you're working in.
It does depend which topology I'm working in, and I don't even, that's a barrel of monkeys I don't want to open.
We have this map, and it moves forward.
It is kind of a triangle.
So in that way, it's a triangle, and I was confused by it.
You were confused by it?
Yes.
Do you understand it now?
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
cool. What is that from? Is that from?
Our coach gave it.
Yeah. The forensics triangle, we call it the speaker's triangle. I mean, there's more.
If you were using the lower limit topology, then I think that can be considered a space.
A space.
I'm not sure.
Awesome. Well, it's just a way, like I said, it helps really explain the speech and really helps your audience follow it the best.
If I have a problem going to my left for some reason, I cannot walk to the left. Should I do that first? Because when you walk, if you go right first, then you have two lefts. You know what I mean? So should I just get the left out of the way?
You have to go.
I always wondered that
Well,
because I cannot go to the left.
You actually have to go. You have to go in each direction twice.
That's true.
Because
Then you have to go back up.
Then you have to go back. It's just you're gonna do like two in the middle. Like it's whichever is in the middle. So like if you go right, left, left, right, or left, right, right, left. I mean you're still gonna be moving twice. That is just something I would say.
Just practice.
Just practice, yeah. Practice.
I just have, it's really uncomfortable for me. You know, like the.
I got you. And I mean, there's variations on that speaker's triangle that your coach might have a little bit of a difference that they might want you to do. Like some coaches want you to take a step forward after you review statements. I mean, there are multiple schools of that. So talk to your coach about that too. I'm giving you a very general, here's what, and again, these are all unwritten rules. And once you know those rules empirically and have made them work for you, you can break them. But you need to know them and learn them first and work within them.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm not more help on that one. Does anybody else have any other questions? No? Alright then. I'll be around for the rest of the day. If you think of any questions about informative or any other events, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm around,
Thank you.
and I'm pretty friendly, I think. Alright, thank you guys.
Ooh.